Hi everybody, Donna L. Holloman here, and this is my vlog called The Spiritual Archer. The Spiritual Archer is based on my ebook that's out. Part 1 is out. I'm working on part 2 and all the way up to part 4. Once it gets to part 4, then I'll create a paperback. The reason why it's going to take so long is because the first part is only like 30 or 40 pages, and you have to have at least 100 to create a paperback. And the Spiritual Archer is just a name that I chose because that's what it feels like through the spiritual awakening. And my catalyst happened to be a twin flame. And after the twin flame encounter, the spiritual awakening process began, and it's still pretty much on. It's not as serious as it used to be. I'm more happier now and more in bliss, but I'm still going through my own little things here and there. And it's all a work in progress, and all you can do is just keep going. But anyway, today I like to talk about the runner. And I was the runner in the twin flame encounter after, met them. And the reason for my running is because the feeling was way too much. It was just way too much for me. I wanted more. I wanted too much, and it was way over beyond wanting. I mean, love songs would come out, and the love songs was extreme. I mean, you listen to a love song, did you guys, if you had that twin flame experience, have you listened to love songs after you guys split up, and how the love song seems to be a lot more stronger, a lot more intense, a lot more feeling? Like I said in my last video, the intense feeling nature of a twin flame awakening is 100-fold over, above and beyond a soulmate. And when you listen to love songs or you see poems or anything like that after you have met your twin flame, it's all super imposed, super intense, super love, super strong. And I just had to go run and get away. So after I left, it wasn't easy, at all, because I still had to go through those feelings and those intensities. But mainly what I learned from the runner situation is that the twin flame has nothing to do with what I was feeling. Has nothing to do. He was a catalyst to help me see my beliefs, all my belief systems, all my belief systems about my right to romance, how I wanted to jump into marriage, and how the Bible says if you meet your person that you're supposed to be with, you're supposed to get married. I was all in it. I was in it, but I wasn't with him. I just stopped it. I had to stop it because, for one, I thought it was just too weird to feel that way for a complete, total stranger. There's no way that I could possibly feel that way, that strong, that intense. No, I was like, no, this is not right. Something's not right with this. So I just left. But it continued. The spiritual awakening process continued and continued and continued. And like I said in my last video, it has been almost 8 years now. Well, it has been 8 years since 2012. That's the incident. I'm a lot better. I mean, I think we're still together, energy wise, and it feels nicer this way. Also, I would like to talk about later how the energies, the internal energies in the universe is supporting you through your twin flame awakening process. You don't necessarily have to be with the twin flame, but there is support for people who suffer through that awakening process, and it is suffering. I'm sorry, but it's a lot of suffering. But it's not a lot of suffering because you lost your twin flame. It's a lot of suffering because you have to bring stuff up from your soul and face it. And that's what my feeling was, the twin flame experience was. It takes time. It does definitely takes time, and it takes a lot of internal research. It takes a lot of strength and courage to face all the stuff. So if you're ready to face that stuff, and your twin flame is not with you, and whatever you're feeling, go into that feeling, go into the tornado. Sometimes there's a lot of tornadoes in there, but you're going to go into those tornadoes and just be aware of it, and be aware of it all the way through until it dissipates. And I always say that it will dissipate until the next episode. And next episode is probably a different belief system. But once you recover from one belief system, you'll see that you will rise above it, and it will disappear. It doesn't come back until the next one. But it seems like it's so many of them. And not only that, it's energies from belief systems from not just you. It's from other people, like your family. It could be a neighbor that has a belief system that you're feeling that person. It could be anything, another life of people, or another lifetime that you experienced at one point or another. It's so much stuff, and it seems like it takes forever to get through this awakening process. And sometimes you can ignore it and you can keep going with your life, but I also suggest that just always be aware of your internal workings, and whatever comes up, face it with courage, but face it like sometimes you can't really face it, be in the midst of it completely. You have to find a way to separate yourself from the feeling itself and look down at it and look at it and be aware of it until it finally dissipates, because you'll feel that feeling come up. And sometimes if you feel that feeling and you want to take a reaction to it, like an outside reaction, that's the worst thing you can do, because then that same feeling does come back, and it comes back stronger and then stronger and then stronger. So, but it's not funny. But right now, it's looking back, it's like, wow, did I actually go through that and I survived? But you will survive. And if your twin flame wants to leave, let them go. Just let them go. But you're not really separate from him. You're still with him in heart, in energy. He's still definitely there. My twin flame is definitely around. And every time I think of him, he's thinking of me. So we're thinking of each other. I know we are. And then if we meet again, I know that we'll definitely talk about all the things that we probably went through energetically together. Anyway, it's a wonderful thing. And if it's a bad feeling that comes up, invite, and it goes away, invite the bad feeling to come back again and go through the tornado scenario until it dissipates, until the next one and the next one, next one. So it's a lot of work, but you're strong. We're all strong. We can get through it. And we also have a whole lot of support. And what I mean by support, you have your people that passed away. You'll start thinking of them, and they'll probably say something in your ear, not literally, but you could feel the energy of them around. Sometimes, one time I felt like my family members that long past was hanging out in my basement waiting for me to ask a question or something, and I was like, no, I'm good, I'll see you guys when I get there, but for now could you just go, and then I'll call you when I need you. So, but they're there, everyone's there, and it feels good. It really feels like a pleasant surprise that you have as much support as you do through the spiritual awakening process. Also, it's good to talk to somebody on the outside. You don't necessarily have to talk about the spiritual awakening process itself, but you could talk about anything that you're feeling. I mean, it's good to talk to someone. I mean, I would consider even going to a counselor if you feel that serious. But I don't know if I'll tell them about the spiritual awakening thing. Most people don't really get it unless they're going through the same emotional or feeling of the twin flame experience themselves. So it's kind of hard to talk about. But you can talk about a lot of things that are bothering you. Talk about your world, and then things that come up and help you face some things that's going on with yourself. And also the biggest thing is forgiveness of yourself for feeling the way you do about wanting this person and desperately needing this person, and also forgiving that person who has run. And I forgive myself who has run too, because it took me a while to forgive myself, because I didn't want to go, but staying would have been way too... I had to go away to replenish myself and get myself together, and I have done that. I am here. I'm still doing that. I'm still learning. I'm still processing, and hopefully I can help people who are going through it navigate their intense feeling nature of the spiritual awakening process, and then especially those who have the twin flame awakening experience. So without further ado, my name is Donna L. Holloman, and I'm the author of Stranger on an Elevator. Stranger on an Elevator is about that twin flame I met when I was at work one day, and my life has changed like totally since then. So take a gander, order the book. It's on Amazon Kindle right now, and then I'll have the paperback out soon. So thank you, and until next time, namaste.